2 years. That's how long Jacob tried to play Mariana's Trench by August Burns Red. He used to freeze up at that triplet section every single time. And it wasn't because he wasn't trying. That was clearly not the case. He just didn't know what was actually breaking down with his footwork. You see, once we found his specific flaw and we fixed it instead of just drilling it harder, now he's playing it cleanly. And then the song that sat on the shelf for 2 years is now not a problem. Here's another one, frozen at 130 BPM for 2 years. He held 150 for 30 minutes straight. And it's not a fluke, it was a fix. I've worked with and I've helped drummers who play in the bands Periphery, Lamb of God, and Sepultura, and every student who's been through the actual footwork diagnostic had the exact same problem before they fixed it too. Now, they were practicing more and they were getting worse. So what was happening, right? Their nervous system doesn't know good reps from bad reps. It only knows the repetition itself. And so 3 things happen every time you practice, and miss any one of these, well, you can grind for years and even go backwards. So let's break it down. You see, every drummer stuck at a tempo has a flaw, somewhere in the mechanics or the movement. Something they can't necessarily feel. It's not a weakness, it's a flaw, and it's something very specific usually. Whether that's a leg that twists forward under load or inward, or even an ankle that loses tension or adds tension past a specific speed. What's interesting is that it normally doesn't feel like a flaw, it just feels like more effort or something muscular, like pushing through. And that's the trap. See, here's what happens when you hit that flaw and you just keep pushing with it. Your body doesn't always stop, it just finds a workaround. Like that double bass section in your band song that you're now using a floor tom with. So sometimes the hip picks up the slack that the ankle should be handling, or maybe your knee locks in to help fake that stability. And because when you're playing, the notes still come out, your brain reads it as good or as successful. So what do? You practice it again and again. Now that workaround, that compensation, that's what I call the control limit. And that's the exact point where your body stops executing and then just starts faking it. That feeling isn't progress. That's your control limit right now while you're watching this. And this is the part that makes more reps dangerous. Not neutral, dangerous. Okay, every rep past your control limit doesn't build speed. It just cements in the compensation pattern deeper. And you're not necessarily training the skill, you're training the workaround. And so 2 years of daily practice can leave you way more efficient at the wrong pattern, right? Than someone who has been playing for 6 months even. I just want that to sit with you for a second. Take my student Dawood. He was stuck. He was oscillating between 130, 136 for 2 years. And so his right leg was twisting a little bit and his left foot was adding tension as he progressed under load. And through that whole time, he was still grinding. He was just practicing all this stuff and the flaw itself was never addressed. So 2 years of reps just made that twist in those compensation patterns way more automatic. And 2 months after we found the actual control limit with his footwork and we rebuilt below it, he's now holding 150 BPM clean for 30 minutes straight. Or Jason, he looked good on paper. In practice, it fell apart the moment he pushed into those longer sections, and he was panicking through parts he should have actually owned and had control and confidence with. And that's where most drummers quit, because there's something specific that's breaking down and nobody's identified what is specific to that individual, like you. We ran the diagnostic and we found it pretty fast. So what he was doing is he was re-engaging the pedal before the rebound finished. It was one thing that was throwing everything off downstream of it, and we fixed that one thing about a month later, and he's holding about 160, 170 BPM with actual control. He's not guessing, he knows what to do, and he's locked in. So this is the entire foundation of how I coach. Before we touch tempo or technique, or you get handed any drills, I find the control limit first. And so I'm a very firm believer of diagnosis before prescription. Everything else as a result is downstream of that, and that's the whole mechanism behind Elite Footwork Coaching. And it's why guys who've plateaued for years with other approaches move fast once we start with that diagnostic. So if you're interested in that, there's a free one. There's a link below. It's the same process I run with my students in the program. If you want me to personally look at your footwork and find yours, you can grab a time below. And so every day you keep training past your control limit, you're not standing still, you're just getting better at the wrong pattern. And that's harder to undo the longer it sits. But finding the flaw is only half of it. And knowing what to actually do once you've found it, well, of course, that's a different problem altogether. And so most drummers fix the wrong thing first, and then they plateau or stall out again. And so I've got a playlist up here that walks you through exactly that, and you can check that out. So don't forget to subscribe if you don't want to miss what's next, and you'll see me in the next one.